Disney 65 fan here, and today I am going to do another retake of my favourite films and worst films I've seen of this year. Since, of course, we are near the end of 2017, and I'm looking forward to seeing what other films are coming up in 2018, I decided to come up with a list of films I've seen this year. And what I'm going to start off with first is the worst, because I have to get them out of the way, because I'm going to focus more on the ones I do like. So without further ado, here I saw 4 films this year I've seen a lot of films this year, but not as many as last year. But I know I've seen like 4 films that were kind of, yeah. So in at number 4 is The Circle, which stars Emma Watson, Karen Gillan, and of course Tom Hanks. I got so bored of this film. It was never released where I came from in Ireland at all. It actually flopped. It was that bad. I only seen 15 minutes of it, and then I turned it off because I said to myself, what the fuck am I watching here? It was just all over the place. I do like Emma Watson. Don't get me wrong. I think she's a good actress depending on what film she is in. Like, she's famous in Harry Potter, of course. But yeah, this film wasn't her best. She just was bland as hell in this movie. And Tom Hanks, Tom Hanks, what the hell was wrong with him to do this movie in the first place? I don't know. It was a load of shit. Number 3 is it is a film, but it's a short. Well, it's a so-called short. And it got a lot of controversy when it came out. It actually was Playing with Coco. It is, of course, Olaf's Frozen Adventure. Another pointless cash grab for Frozen, which is, in my opinion, the most overrated film of all time. Don't get me wrong, I do like Frozen, but I'm more of a Tangled fan than Frozen, which is just overrated. It's too overrated. Number 2 is a film that I do like, but it's kind of far-fetched. It is, of course, A Dog's Purpose, which, of course, stars Josh Gad, that guy, Dennis Quaid. And it tells a story about this dog called Bailey, voiced by Josh Gad, who keeps dying and he keeps reincarnating into other dogs. And he tries to find his owner again, who, of course, he kind of misjudged him, he kind of didn't know where he was. And of course, he keeps dying the dog, and he comes back every time, and he tries to reunite with his owner, who is now played by Dennis Quaid. Number 1, though, the films I actually did not like is Nut Job 2, which was so forgettable. I forget the film at all. All I remember was Catherine Heigl voicing the squirrel, and Will Arnett was in it. He took over, I think, from Brendan Fraser, who was in the first Nut Job film. Didn't see that, by the way. So, yeah, they're the 4 films I did not like at all this year. Now, let's go to my top 11. Now, the reason why I have had 11 is because I like these 11 films. I've seen 2 of them this year, so I'm going to show some of them on DVD that I own, if I can at all. So, number 11 is The Star, which of course stars a whole load of celebrities, including Oprah Winfrey, that guy, Tyler Perry, who looks like the Black Nerd Critic. He kind of reminds me of him. Zachary Levi, yeah, Flynn Rider from Tangled is in this movie. It's basically the nativity of the Virgin Mary, Joseph, and he kind of of course, God comes to Mary, and she gives her the birth of the child, who eventually becomes Jesus Christ. And yeah, it's actually the cartoon version of the Nativity. It's a good film, I enjoyed it, and yeah, is it the best film? No, but I still like it, and I had to put number 11. Number 10 is a film that I didn't want to watch. I kind of refused to watch it all the time, because I said, what the hell was the point of that? Spider-Man Homecoming. This film actually surprised me a lot. It's not, in my opinion, it's not the best Spider-Man film, but that's why I put number 10. It had a few flaws, but I like about this movie is I like that it kind of focuses on Peter Parker's life in high school, and yeah, it's a good film, and it also stars that guy, oh god, it even features the guy, oh lord, what you call him? Michael Keaton, who plays a villain in the movie. What a surprise! But yeah, it's a good film. I enjoyed it, and that's number 10. Number 9 is a film that I've seen this year as well. It's called Murder on the Orient Express, which stars a whole load of A-listers like in The Star. It's got a whole load of A-listers from Johnny Depp, Michelle Pfeiffer, Penelope Cruz, Daisy Ridley from that film Star Wars The Force Awakens, Kenneth Branagh, who directed it, produced it, and starred in the film as the titular character, Hercules Pirate. Who else? Josh Gad. Yes, surprise, surprise. Josh Gad was big in 2017. He starred in a heap of films this year. Murder on the Orient Express is one of them, and yeah, he plays a character in it as well. And it tells a story about this detective played by Kenneth Branagh, sporting a French accent, Vivi, who ends up in a train, and he discovers that a character is murdered, and of course he has to figure out which suspect killed the person. It's a bit of a twist. There's a lot of twists and turns in this movie, and you'd be surprised who the real murderer is and who the victim is. Now, spoiler alert, this is going to be a spoiler, I have to get out of the way. Johnny Depp, of course, gets murdered, and there's a whole load of suspects, and they don't know who killed Johnny Depp's character. When I first saw this film, I thought Johnny Depp would be the killer, and he killed, the likes of, Michelle Pfeiffer or Penelope Cruz, whatever, or Daisy Ridley. But it wasn't. And I was surprised. I was like, okay, so it's not Johnny Depp, he's not the murderer. Okay, then. But yeah, there's a lot of twists and turns to this movie. I enjoyed it, and yeah, that's number 9. Number 8 is a film that came out last year, but I've seen it this year. Oh god, if I can actually find that is, and I have it right here. Sing. Like I said, this movie stars the likes of Matthew McConaughey, Reese Witherspoon, Scarlett Johansson, Taron Egerton from Eddie the Eagle with Hugh Jackman, and that guy, Seth MacFarlane, the guy from Family Guy, is in this movie as well, and YouTube sensation Tori Kelly. She voices a elephant in this movie, and it tells a tale about this koala called Buster Moon, voiced by Matthew McConaughey, who, he wants to set up a singing competition so that he can boost up his theatre, as I like to say. Of course, when a misprint happens in the posters that he wants to send out about the theatre, he kind of has to, go with the flow and say, oh yeah, it is this much money, when it actually isn't. And yeah, there's a lot of actors in this. There's a lot of show. In my honest opinion, I think the show stealer is Seth MacFarlane, who plays a Frank Sinatra wannabe. He was hilarious in this film as well. Very funny stuff. That's that. Number 7 is a film I saw today. Never seen it before, and it's a remake from a classical Robin Williams film. It is, of course, Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. I was surprised this film is the best. No, but I enjoyed it anyway. I thought it was good. Instead of a board game, well, Jumanji is a board game, by the way. Of course, it gets transferred into a video game, and the 4 teenagers get sucked into the video game. That's now Jumanji, and they become Dwayne Johnson. Like, one of the guys, Spencer becomes Dwayne Johnson. Bethany becomes Jack Black. God, that cool dark dude, he becomes Kevin Hart, who is Dwayne Johnson's buddy from Central Intelligence. And Karen Gilligan becomes Martha, who is a kick-ass kind of gal. And I enjoyed the film. I enjoyed it. I really liked it, and I've seen it today, so I was glad I saw it. Number 6 is The Boss Baby, which stars Alec Baldwin, Tobey Maguire, and Tobey Maguire is the narrator, and it tells a tale about this. Basically, what if you have a baby brother and you get jealous of him and everything, and yeah. Of course, it's about this guy called Timmy, who, of course, he finds out he's going to become a brother. He gets jealous and discovers that the baby brother he has is actually, I thought in the trailers, which is very misleading, that he was actually a grown-up man, but he wasn't. He was actually a baby who drinks a potion that kind of makes him talk. Well, kind of talk like a human. So talk like an adult. It's a silly film, but you know what? I liked it. I enjoyed it. So yeah. Number 5 is Baby Driver, which stars that guy Ansel Elgort from Fault in Our Stars, Lily James from Cinderella, Kevin Spacey was bald apparently. He's in the film as well. Jamie Foxx, John Hamm, and I think it's Ginger Rogers. I think she's in that movie. Yeah, Ginger Rogers. And it's about this guy who suffers spontaneous, played by Ansel Elgort, who of course helps the bad guys like heist, like, you know, steal things. And of course he ends up meeting this girl played by Lily James, sporting a Texas accent. And you can pretty much know what's going to happen there. But yeah, it's a good film. It's a feel good film, and I like the opening as well. It's a very good film, so that's that. Number 4 is a film I saw last night. It is, of course, Wonder Woman, which stars Gal Gadot, Chris Pine, Robin Wright, and David Thewlis. And it tells a story about this Amazon princess called Diana, played by Gal Gadot, who of course she travels to England with this guy called Steve, played by Chris Pine, and of course she kind of uncovers some things that happen in the film. Yeah, I like the fact that they kind of finally gave another chance of a female superhero film, because they did, Warner Brothers, as you know, did a superhero movie before called Catwoman, which was it starred Halle Berry and Sharon Stone and Benjamin Bratt, and it was a total disaster. They stopped doing that, like, they stopped having female superheroes, and then they decided to, you know, they're like, the Warner Bros. Were probably like, you know what, we're going to give it a chance, we're going to do another female superhero movie, and it was a success. So yeah, Wonder Woman was born then. I really liked the movie. I liked the action sequences. Gal Gadot was very good as the title character, and Chris Pine's the love interest was very good as well. I was always a fan of Chris Pine. He's hot, so yeah. Number 3 is Breathe, which stars Andrew Garfield and Claire Foy, and it tells a tale about this guy called Robin. It's a Robin Cavahan. I think his name is Robin Cavahan. Let me check actually. I think it's Robin Cavahan. And he of course gets diagnosed with polio at the age of 28, and he's stuck in this hospital, and he can't even, like, at first he can't talk at all. Like, he has this kind of like thing here that kind of helps him swallow, because his swallow was gone. Like, he couldn't do anything for himself anymore, and his wife had enough. But she's like, you know what, I have to bring this guy home, I have to bring my husband home. So she brings her husband home anyway, and she kind of takes care of him, and yeah. Yeah, this movie is a real tearjerker. It's not for the faint of heart. So if you don't like, I'm going to say it, if you don't like blood, then yeah, you're not going to like this movie. But yeah, for me, I thought it was a very good film. Andrew Garfield, he has to win an Oscar for this movie. He has to win a lot of awards for his portrayal of Robin Cavahan. I thought he did a good job. His love interest played by Claire Foy was very good as well. The scenery was gorgeous. The music was very good. It had that 1920s vibe to it. And its actor Andy Serkis's directional debut. So yeah, he did a very good job with that. So well done. Number 2 is a film that came out last year, but I saw it this year in January, which is the first film I've actually seen. It is, of course, La La Land, which stars Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone, who, of course, it's their third outing, having starred in Crazy Stupid Love and Gangster Squad. And it tells a tale about this guy called Sebastian, played by Ryan Gosling, who meets up with this chick called Mia Dolan, played by Emma Stone, who, of course, wants to become an aspiring actress. No one wants to take her on because she's not good enough, and she just wants to make her dreams come true, you know. And Sebastian wants to open up his own nightclub, and yeah, and of course, as you pretty well know, they fall in love, and Yeah, it's a very good film. I really liked it. I liked the fact that it had kind of, it was kind of like a tribute to the likes of Singing in the Rain, My Fair Lady, The Sound of Music, Grease, West Side Story. It kind of had that West Side Story vibe to it, and there was also a twist as well. The ending of it was kind of a ho ho hum for me. If you have seen the movie, you know what I'm on about. It's kind of like a what if scenario, like what if these two people got married, or what if they had children, or what if, and what that, and you're like, huh? But still, having said that, it was a brilliant film. I enjoyed it, and if you're a fan of musicals like myself, you'll love it. Now we are on to number one of my favourite movies of 2017. This movie, I was waiting 2 years for this movie to come out. It has a whole load of actors in it, from Emma Stone, she's not Emma Stone, Jesus. From Emma Watson, Dan Stevens, Hugh McGregor, Luke Evans, Josh Gad, Kevin Kline, Emma Thompson, Audrey McDonald, and Stanley Tucci. I've seen this film twice in cinemas. It's a remake of a film that I loved as a kid. It's my fifth film of all time. Yeah, if you haven't guessed what this film is, it is of course Beauty and the Beast. What can I say about this movie? I fucking love it. I loved everything about it. You can see behind me I've got this kind of poster thing here. This movie actually made me become a huge fan of Beauty and the Beast. Like, the movie, the cartoon was my fifth film of all time. Still is, by the way, but ever since this film came out, I'm hooked. I know, I love all the songs. I thought the cast was very good. Emma Watson did a very good job as Belle. Some people said, oh, she can't sing, it's all out of tune. I'm like, fuck that crap. I thought she did a good job. Dan Stevens as the Beast / Prince, he did a very good job. Not as menacing or hot-tempered though as Robbie Benson's version, but still he did an awesome job as the Beast. Ewan McGregor, surprise, surprise. Ewan McGregor surprised me in this movie. I was like, who's that French dude? And the next thing I said in the credits, and I saw him in the ending, I was like, huh? I was like, that's Ewan McGregor, the guy from Moulin Rouge. I was like, raw. Ian McKellen, I forgot about him. The guy at Magneto and X-Men. He plays Cogsworth. He was very good as well. Emma Thompson, she did a good job as well as Mrs. Potts. That little guy, Nathan Mack, who I never heard of. This must be his movie debut. He was the voice of Chip and played Chip as well. Luke Evans though and Josh Gad stole the whole film. They were hilarious. Luke Evans was like, he was kind of like the guy that was desperate for everything, going, oh, you will love me, Belle, you will love me. And Belle's like, I don't think so, Gaston, you're not my type. And she says this line about, oh, it's a small village, Gaston, I met them all. And he goes, perhaps you haven't found the right one. Some of us have changed. She goes, Gaston, we can never make each other happy. No one can change that much. And I was like, oh. But yeah, I mean, there's even a lot of new songs. Now, this movie is actually similar. Well, yeah, it's pretty much the exact same as the cartoon version, except there's a little bit of changes. Like, for example, we get to know more about the Beast's parents. We get to know what really happened that night before they changed into the Beast, the Prince. The Enchantress makes a surprise visit as well in this movie, but as another character. So she's kind of like a twist in this movie. And also, I love the fact that spoiler alert, that the rose, like each time rose petals fall, the castle self-destruct and the rose petals will fall. And I was like they literally die, the rose petals. Whereas in the cartoon version, they stay the same, the rose petals, and the objects became the same. And of course, like in the cartoon one, if the last petal falls, then all of them will die, and the prince will become a beast forever, and he'll literally die. So, yeah, it was a very good movie. I also loved the 3 new songs, which is sung by Emma Watson, Kevin Kline, and Dan Stevens. How Does a Moment Last Forever, which it's sung by Kevin Kline first, then Emma Watson. Why am I saying Emma Stone for? God, Emma Stone's on my head. Oh, why? And, of course, Celine Dion sings the pop version of How Does a Moment Last Forever. Dan Stevens then gets his own power ballad about love called Evermore, which I love that song so much. It's so good. Every time I hear that song, I just get up on my chair and just start clapping really loudly. He was fantastic in this. He was a fantastic singer. I was like this. he can sing! And Josh Groban sings the pop version of Evermore. And then we've got Days in the Sun, which is sung by Audrey McDonald, Stanley Tucci, Emma Watson, and Emma Thompson. It's a very good song, and I love all three of them. If I had a pick, I would definitely go Evermore. It's a fantastic song. So yeah, that's me rant about Beauty and the Beast, my favourite film of 2017, and you could say it's my favourite live action movie now. So what do you think of the movie list I did? Let me know down in the comments down below what your favourite film was, what was your worst film. And till next time, take care, and I'll see you then. If I don't see you in 2017, have a great new year, guys, and I hopefully will be back in the new year doing more stuff. It'll probably be middle May, maybe, I don't know yet, but you'll see me when you see me. So until next time, guys, have a great new year, and I'll chat to you very soon.